If I had to recommend one supplement to anyone walking through that door, it would be fish oil. Today we're going to talk about fish oil and what benefits that can have for your health. First off, fish oil is an essential fatty acid. It is one that your body requires through the diet or through supplementation. The problem is that what we have is not enough of these fatty fish going into our diets. Salmon, herring, mackerel, tuna. Then we find out that tuna is high in mercury. We find out that this fish is high in other heavy metals, okay? So there's confusion. Also, people don't take fish oil because why? It's fishy. It tastes horrible when you burp it up. That is a bad fish oil. That is a fish oil you want to throw out. You do not want a fish oil that smells bad or you're burping up, okay? That is something out the window. That is called quality control. That is where you have, according to their chart here, let's look at this real quick. This is an awesome demonstration, or illustration, I should say, of your omega-3s and what they convert to and what they do in the body, okay? These are cis fatty acids. These are trans fatty acids. As you know, trans fats are not good for you. They cause inflammation. So we don't want this. So what happens is when you get a bad fish oil, it converts into the bad fat. That's why it smells bad, that's why it tastes bad, and that's why you're burping it up. Not a good thing. It's been overheated or it's just stale in general, okay? What you have is a good diet, not so good diet. This is about a 20-to-1 ratio in the standard American diet. This is what is causing a lot of inflammation in the body. No matter what you do, if it's exercise, or if you have a joint disease like rheumatoid arthritis, or maybe you have lupus, or maybe some type of other inflammatory type problem in the body, whatever it may be, joint pain, brain fog, you name it. Just go through the list. Remember, essential is the name of the game. If someone tells you you need to be here, it's essential that you be here at, let's say, 6 o'clock. What does that mean? That means you better be here. Why? Because if you're not, there's consequences. The consequences are shown on this board. When you look at this poster that I have right here for you to look at, pause it, take pictures. This is it. EPA, DHA. Brain function, DHA. Retina of the eyes, DHA. When you look at EPA, you're looking at cholesterol. You're looking at anti-inflammatory big time. You're looking at reduction of triglycerides. How many have got high cholesterol? How many have high triglycerides? Those are epidemic proportions throughout the United States. Now check it out. How easy it is to get this is by changing the diet to a fatty fish. Herring, mackerel, tuna, salmon, all those are excellent fatty fish to give you the omega-3 fatty acids. So if you want to get rid of that joint pain, you want to start somewhere as what we consider the common denominator for all diseases. And that's a must-have list. If this is essential, when we look at these guys, then it is part of your everyday routine is to take a good fish oil. Now we want to ask, who should take fish oil? Every American should be taking fish oil. Everybody in the whole world should be taking fish oil or eating fatty fish. Teenagers, older folks, middle, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter anything. Here's the deal. Talk to your doctor. Find out if there's a medication you're on that possibly would interfere if you took too much fish oil, because it may be a reduction that you need. Maybe if you're on medication, you don't need to take that much. Maybe we can slow it down a little bit, okay? So what we have is different fish oils out there, and I want to explain that for you. When you come over here, if we can focus down on here and draw our attention to these fish oils here, this is from a company I've been carrying for years. When they came out with these swirls, it was a life changer for myself and for my customers, okay? Here's why. First off, they taste phenomenal, phenomenal. They taste like ice cream. Bar none, you come in to our store and you taste test these and you will be amazed. Let's look at one of them. This one is the Total Omega Orange, they call it, the swirls they call these. And this one has fish oil, which is EPA DHA. That's how you know it's fish oil, because the fish's liver that it has already converted its omega-3s into the respected echinosoids here, okay? EPA DHA. Let me explain this even further. When you get into this, you have fish oil, which is already converted. You have flaxseed, which is not. It does not have a liver. So that particular is high in omega-3s that sit on the cell here. You see how that works? The omega-6s, which are found in flax also, sit on the cell over here. Some of them get converted into the inflammatory pathway. Others get converted to gamma-linolenic acid to gamma-linolenic over here, which is anti-inflammatory. So what you get here is fish oil, flaxseed oil, and then they put another one in there. It's called borage, or borage, they would say in other cultures, okay? There's 3 medicinal plants that are high in GLA, and that is black currant, evening primrose oil, and borage oil, which is found in here. Well, it just so happens that this bad boy here is 1 tablespoon per serving. With that, you are going to get 3 times the absorption rate that you would normally get in a regular molecule. Let me explain this. When you take in the swirl, what you're taking in is a shotgun. If you take in a molecule, it looks like so, okay? That one doesn't look like this inside there. It is blasted into tiny little micro droplets, okay? Those tiny little micro droplets are stuck inside that swirl. That then can hit the cell like a shotgun, boom, giving it its very, very high absorption rate. Very impressed with that product. Let's take a look. If I take the EPA on this, this is sitting around, let's round everything, 300 on the EPA, 300 milligrams. That's how it's labeled. When I come here to EPA, I'm getting 300 times the 3 times absorption rate, which gives me 900 of another fish oil that is comparable in a capsule. This molecule is blasted. This is a 22 bullet. This is a 45, single bullets. This is a 12 gauge, okay? Think of it like that. So when I go here, I turn it around and I look, 1 soft gel gives me 80. It is now 900. I'm trying to match up here. That means I need how many? 10 at least of these to equal that 1 tablespoon for just the EPA. Blows it away. If I come into another fish oil, this one is sitting at 150 on the EPA. That one was sitting at 80 on the EPA. Again, this one was sitting at 900. So you can see you need about 7 of these of this particular brand to equal that 1 tablespoon serving. Also, this is given for that GLA purpose also. GLA converts to progesterone in the body, but it helps with insulin response to glucose. It helps with all sorts of disorders like stomach secretions. It's excellent for that, okay? So GLA not only helps the hormones for menopause, for estrogen dominance, for if you need progesterone in the body to raise. Remember, progesterone is your what? Your mother hormone, so it's going to break into all of them, testosterone and estrogens into the body naturally. So that's what GLA is doing, and that's why I give this mainly to those having hormone problems. Ladies out there that are having issues, that's your supplement, okay? Guys that are having problems with testosterone, that's your supplement to take. You're going to get the EPA, DHA fish oil. You're also going to get that GLA, which converts into hormones in the body with multiple reactions here. Muscle spasms. You can see them all listed here. Reduces blood clotting, improving circulation. These are the big boys for your heart, for your complete circulation of your body, and that is your transportation of the goodies, your nutrition throughout the body. So when you need a good fish oil, I go here to the Barleans brand because of this absorption. Remember, these here are the regular molecule. These need to be taken with food. This is already in a food source. You do not need to take this with food. You just take it, 1 tablespoon a day, and you're done. And just stop on by the Herbal Health Stop. We'll give you a taste test. We'll see if you like it. And I'm sure you will, since we sell a lot of it and people love it.